Good afternoon. 31st of March, so end of the month video. Just a quick update on the onion grow. Various other things growing, but just focus on the onions for this video. So, the last month, it's been reasonably good, to be fair. So fairly happy. Had a couple of issues with some thrip, but seem to have got on top of that. Anyway, weather-wise, it's been pretty mild, to be honest. A few frost at night, but nothing like last year. So no issues with the weather. So growth-wise, they've done really well. Sorry, to go back to watering. So watering, they're now getting about half a litre a day into the big plants, and I've got about 8 of those, and the other plants are getting about a quarter of a litre a day, maybe a little bit more, but so that's it with the watering. What next? So growth, yeah, pretty good. I've got 8, like I said, that are very good, and I've got 4 that are, yeah, really good. They are about 3 weeks ahead of last year. 5 of them, 7 ahead of last year by 3 weeks. That was what I planned, and that's what I've got. So pretty pleased. There are 3 or 4 more that are somewhat smaller, but they were started later. But I've got a couple that are fairly small, so I'm not holding up too much hope on those, but it's okay. Like I said, growth, they are now, the biggest is approaching 12 inches, and I'd have thought by next Thursday, which is measure up day each week, I'd have thought I'd be up around 12.4, 12.5 inches, and the height of the necks are around about 11 to 11 and a half, so pretty pleased. I have got the lights on them today. The lights are on first thing in the morning for a couple of hours, and a couple of hours in the evening. It really depends on what the weather's like, and if it's overcast, I tend to leave them on all day. The other onions, which are not giants, the show onions, I'm really pleased with as well. They're from Peter Hoden. I got the seeds off him last year, so thank you again, Peter Hoden. Top man and spot on. Thank you very much for that, and hopefully I'll be able to make some decent bulbs and pick up some cards at a few shows. That would be fantastic. So yep, that's about it. I don't think there's a lot else to talk about really. Watering, I'm not giving any feed at the moment, nothing at all. They're about 6 weeks in these pots now, between 6 and 7. I think what I added will probably be okay for a couple more weeks, and then I'll be adding some nutrients, compost tea, that type of thing, some NPK, although the pots have still got slow release NPK in them. Have had a couple of issues with thrip. I've still got one plant that's got it, but I'm spraying on a weekly basis, so I think I'm pretty much on top of that. So anyway, what I'll do, I'll flip the camera around, give you a couple of minutes on the onions and show you what they look like. Okay, that's the sort of size we're looking at on a couple of them. They're good plants. They're not as big as a couple of them I've got, but they are good plants. Plenty of ventilation, as you can see. Lots of fans going. I've turned, yeah, fans going to keep the ventilation well and humidity down. I think the biggest now, it's got around 18 leaves, something like that. Let's see that. So really pleased with them. Oh, yeah, and growing fast, probably too fast, but said that last year and the outcome was fairly good. Got one here that's slightly wonky, but yeah, doing all right. Very healthy, not too many problems. Like I said, a little bit of thrip on a couple of them. Some smaller plants here. some smaller plants, but I think they'll over the next month they should not necessarily catch up with those big ones, but we won't be far behind them. There's a mixture of there's a mixture of 3 types of plants. There's some pips that I'm growing. There's some Kevin 40 seed and some Peter Glazebrook seed directly off Peter. So yeah, pretty pleased so far. Show onions, so they put them into these pots yesterday. Some good growth on them now. I got some further plants here that I'm going to put on tomorrow night. I mixed some soil up this afternoon, so I do like to condition that a little bit, get it up to room temperature before I start potting on. And there's some other spare plants. That's about it. So yeah, this one here, slight bit of threat, but treating, and if it doesn't resolve it, it will be in the bin. So thanks for watching. I'll do another video in the end of April, but I'm also going to do a Facebook live feed in about 3 weeks time, so it'll be interesting if anybody's got any questions, and I'll do a question and answer and see where we are then. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon. Cheers.